We live. Just shopping. Okay. Okay.
I've always been the kind of guy who could handle almost anything. I've got money and car, expensive girls and bars, and I've always got my own song to sing. Oh, but you came along, changed the sound of my song. Yet I've never ever felt like this before. Tell me, can it be real that love is here in my heart for you, baby? Oh, can it really be true? You changed my life so suddenly. I don't know if it's in me or not, but I like to be my new identity. The Don't you ever let the feelings die. Sometimes I try to resist you, girl. Oh, but that would just take more than I've got. Tell me, can this be real? This love I feel for you, baby. Oh, can it be true? Tell me, can this be real? The love I feel for you, baby. Oh, can this be real? This love I feel in my heart for you. Hey, can it really be true?
Hey, top of it. These notifications moving kind of slow today. Either notifications moving slow or y'all moving slow. Nevertheless, you know, I'm gonna get a few more minutes before we kick this thing off so some other people to get on here. This song that's playing right now, this is King Cole. Excuse me, BK Baby Truth, Closer. This is BK Baby Truth, Closer. Sir Breed, top of it to you, man. Rashad Keenan, top of it to you, Rashad. Appreciate you supporting me, man. Imperial Car Wash, Annex LBC. Balance 007, top of it to you. Denatra, always a pleasure. Mr. Pezzo, top of it. Carolina Black, appreciate you always tuning in, man. Lindsay Jaster, Divine Knox, G to Jen, always a pleasure, man. Sucker Free, the state of JD, always a pleasure, man. How you doing? Sir Big Dog, top of it to you.
It's your man's big baby whipping up in the hoop. Been selling hoes all day. My game's no play. I'm sending this to the judge and trying to give me a date. I'm turned up.
Poppin' Pat, top of it, man. Too Easy, top of it to you.
I guess the kid was too saucy. She got hooked and run, couldn't get the bitch off. I bottle with Jack Daniel, get these hoes started. She walking down the track, I'ma fuck up her party. Tell me something slick, by the way, it's baby EQ with my vocals. Man, this big smoking dick, try to run a game up. I need a stuck down big seat, ran twice a month just to ice my dick. Try to renegade up, I need a stuck down bitch. See, ran twice a month, just ice my dick, little bitch. If a nigga had a finger, it would sound like this. I make pockets work, I make crack like this. LD Young, I got my name ringing through this bitch. A cocaine trafficker, hoe. I'm after no squashing shit, no playing with pussy unless it's a bitch. 40K with a dick is fucking in the spit. Had to turn my kid up, this that no ENT shit. Playing with you niggas like we cool, but I'm that damn guy. So tucked off in my jeans, I'm on Ferrari shit. Playing riding high when I ride forever, fuck with your boy.
Pierre de Elegance, G. Stylioso, Alton Black Ram. Hey, top of it, I just want to start the show off by paying homage to not only a great NBA basketball player, but a real down-to-earth brother. That would be Elgin Baylor. Coming through my ranks and paying my dues in Hollywood, all the pimps hung out at Pioneer Chicken. Pioneer Chicken is right off of Martell, right across the street from Ralph's Market. It wasn't in the whole 29, 30 years that I was on that Hollywood track. Never could you pass by that Pioneer Chicken. I don't care what time of day or night it was until they closed. They used to close at like 12. But once all the pimps started hanging out there and their business started going up, they started hanging out till like 3 o'clock. So, and I say this, and if you wasn't there, then you probably wouldn't believe it. But not only people, but coming through my era, ladies will come from all over the nation to become hoes in Hollywood. And the reason being was because how much of the glitter and the glamour it was riding down Sunset. You didn't see no bummy ass hoes. You didn't see no hoes in no doggone flats. You didn't see no hoes in no doggone Kmart outfits. Hoes was sharp. Pimps was sharp. Riding up and down the street in they fly cars, hanging out at Pioneer Chicken, hanging out at different joints, representing the game. When they start putting the crack down on the pimping and the hoeing in Hollywood, all of the doggone, almost at least 85% of the businesses on Sunset, from La Brea all the way to the Beverly, all the way to Crescent Heights, all those businesses was profiting off people riding, coming through that track, seeing hoes, seeing pimping. This how just live Sunset was. All those businesses was making money. When they start to put the clamp down on the hoes, the doggone business owners, 85% of them, created some type of petition to try to get the police to leave the hoes alone, because their businesses, the money start to dwindle when the hoes start to dwindle on Sunset. The hoes are like, there was like an attraction. The whole street was a doggone attraction. The people at Pioneer Chicken, at first, you never think about something. You never think about this. Other places we couldn't hang out. They'd be like, "Hey, ain't no Lord in here," or they put up a sign, "No Lord in." Pioneer Chicken never done that. They never harassed a pimp, and never. And I'm telling you, pimping was there 24/7. Elgin Baylor used to come through there. Sometime he come through during the day. Sometime he come through during the night. Shaking hands, making his presence known. And we never figured out why. And then, after I've been in the game, maybe about 10, 15 years, then I found out why. I found out why he didn't have why wasn't no Lord signs up there. Hey, listen, you don't understand what I'm telling you. This Pioneer Chicken parking lot looked like it was some kind of extravaganza pimp ball every night, with the Rolls Royces and the Benzes and the Cadillacs and the Jags, pimps out in they fly ass colors, talking shit and swapping spit on Sunset Boulevard. All Elgin Baylor had to do was have the people put up a sign saying "No Lord in." The brother never did that. He never did that, He gave us our respect, and we gave him his respect, because no incidents never jumped off at Pioneer Chicken. It wasn't that we told people, hey, Elgin Baylor on this joint, man, you guys got to respect it. It wasn't that. What it was is that pimps is gentlemen. A pimp know how to carry itself. Sure, it's going to be some ignorant but rowdy ones. And today, it's going to kick it off about creativity. And we also have a guest coming on today. And he's going to give you guys some business tips on what to do with all that money that you checking. See, where a lot of you guys in the game make your mistake is you just live for today. All you thinking about is today. Screw tomorrow. But that's not how the pattern of life goes. Once you start getting money, you already should have a plan. When you jump off the porch, you should have a plan. Now, if you jump off the porch and you getting in the game just to make some money, well then you fucked already. The game is about building you a career. The game is about building you a legacy. The game is about building you a future. You don't wait till the end of your career. Oh, yeah, I got X amount of dollars stacked. Okay, I'm fixing to retire, and this is what I'm gonna do with your money. No, that's not the purpose of the game. The game is a stepping stone to the rest of your life. The game is not a career. The game is a lifestyle. And within that lifestyle, it's your job to learn and know what you're doing with your money, what to do with your money. Because as I say, a lot of times in the game, there is no retirement plan. You set that up once you jump off the porch and get in the game. That's when you start thinking about it. Once you start having money. See, a lot of pimps fall by the wayside once that gray start coming in their hair, because they haven't prepared or planned for the future. So we got this brother, Anthony Wright. He's going to be coming on. He's going to be coming on in a little while, and he's going to tell you guys, give you some suggestions, on what to do with your money and how to plan for your future. Because to me, it don't make sense to spend 10 years in the game, 12 years in the game, and for whatever your reason, you back out the game. Then you back out the game, and now you're trying to scramble for a damn job that you don't have no experience in, because you've been in the game. You've been in the streets for all these years. So it's like, what do you do when you leave the game if you didn't turn it into a party and you don't have no money? When I say plan, prepare, and pop it, this is what I mean. Have a plan. Have a reason for why you're even in the game. Because otherwise, what you in the game for? Oh, that's what it is? Oh, you in the game just to, make some money and have some fun? Oh, that's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But, man, when you get past 50, then what you gonna do? Or if you at 50 and you ain't planned and prepared, and you ain't got 50 or better in the bank, you finna be stuck, man. Because from 50 to whenever it is that you're gonna leave this earth, you got to provide for yourself and your family. You done partied all these years. You got some stories. Oh, it's been a good run. Oh, it's been fun. Oh, I done drove Cadillacs. I done popped my collar. I done had jewelry. I done had the fanciest homes. I done had the flyest cars. Oh, but all you got is a story now. All you got is some old war stories because you didn't plan, you didn't prepare. You kept getting that money every day. You getting that money every day, and you think it ain't gonna run out. You living good, you having fun, you doing things your way, but you ain't stacking. You ain't planning. You 4-5 deep, you having so much doggone money, you having it your way, you don't even know what to do with that money. So you just stack it. But you're not planning for the future. Now, let me get this right. You in the game, you 3 deep. I tell you this right here. If you once you 3 deep, to be honest with you, once you 3 deep with the right 3 bras, or 4 deep with the right 4 bras, you really don't even need to look back. Man, 3 bras under your instructions, following your instructions, doing it the way that you didn't put it in their head. Man, 3 deep. Man, 3 deep, that's property, man. 3 deep, that's property money, man. You got to know what to do with your paper. You got to stay 5 steps ahead of the competition. And you got to be looking at least 3 years down the road. You got to be planning your life, man. Hey, I say it over and over again, man. You know, in the game, life can be one big party. I swear it can. I swear it can be, man. You know, you can live out the womb, man, for a lot of years. Or until you run out of game and then bras wake up. See, some of y'all, you start off with that little one bra who was your high school girlfriend or your little high school sweetheart. Or if not, you know, you come up with you come up with one of them bad bunnies and you having a few dollars, you know, and so you figure that, shit, I'm cool with one bra. You know what I'm saying? And then you just depending on that one bra, you know, you depending on that one bra and you continue to spend, because in your mind, you know, because in your mind, you know that she gonna be here tomorrow. And you know that's gonna be you're gonna have another day with her. So you just keep spending. Oh, I'm in the game, I got it brought, I'm getting paid. Fast as you get it, you spend it. Hold on a second. I'm working with some mechanics here. Okay, so there we go. So I've just added the link for you guys to call in and be on the show. Kick it what you want to kick it about. But like I said, excuse me. Soon I'm going to have Anthony Wright come on, and he's just going to speak to you guys about a few investments about what to do with your money. Because in the game, you know, I know you're having money. But before we get to him, you know, there's such a thing that I believe that in the game, it's okay to invest your money in a business, but trust and believe this. Don't go to investing your money in a business, you know, and forgetting about the pimping, because this is your life. Now, I had this one brother that I spoke to. He in the game. He 2-3 deep on a couple of businesses, you know, on a couple of businesses in his hometown. So, but his hometown is rough. So he telling me the problems he having on the track. And I say, well, man, shoot, man. When you got your lady and you start off in that little hometown that she got, how you think you're gonna grow? The only way you grow in the game is by hitting that highway. You can't keep staying a local yokel and think that you're gonna win or think that your lady gonna grow. She didn't grew up here. This her hometown. First of all, it's a bad move to even have her working in her hometown because all her people is there. Hey man, you got to be thinking, when you have a doggone hoe. You have to be thinking. You didn't knock the broad. This is her hometown. When I say erase the obstacles, that's an obstacle. First of all, she's in her hometown. It's too easy for her to run back home to mama. That's the first thing right there. I'm talking about thinking. The second thing is her mama here, her people here, her uncles here. She putting her life and her future in your hands. Why you gonna make her get down where her relatives live at? Come on, man, you got to be thinking. How she gonna grow, or how you gonna grow in this little bitty small town? How you gonna test that bond with her or with them until you take it on the highway? You got to take it on the highway. You have to. How you gonna grow if you don't keep it moving? The name of the game is keeping it moving. The name of the game is keeping it exciting. Excuse me, I'm having a little technical difficulties. I have to call on my son. But what I'm saying is, you got to keep it moving. So anyway, when I say sometimes you can get a business, too soon in the game, this is what I mean. You having money, you 2-3 deep in the game, and you talking about you get a couple of businesses because you got the money to get the businesses. Okay, now here come the mistake. So now you concentrating on these businesses, but you still in the game. Hold up, slow down, Turbo. Slow down, Turbo. Hold up now. Now, I say that the game is a stepping stone. But when you in the game, hey, man, get your priorities in order. When you in the game, your priority is that hoe, man. What you do with the money, to me, that comes second. Because without the hoe, how you gonna stack the money? So I say this right here. If you're gonna get some kind of business, you need to get you a business that's gonna take care of itself. I know you say, dog, what kind of business can I get that's gonna take care of itself and I ain't got to be there? Well, trust and believe this right here. You get a business too soon in the game, and you so busy concentrating on that business, them hoes gonna be gone. That's why I say, getting the business and you in the game, you got to realize that you got to wear more than one hat. My man, 2-3 deep, he not getting his maximum potential out of his holes on the track because the money just ain't on the track. You can't ask for no rack of $1,200 a day out no doggone female if you got her on a damn $400-500 track. Come on, man. When you in the game, you got to wear more than one hat. But above anything else, you got to be a thinker. You got to be using your brain. Man, listen, man. This is your future. I'm talking about moving forward. I'm talking about growing. How you gonna grow in the game? And you around here screaming and pimping and popping your collar. How you gonna grow? And you ain't even been across the motherfucking street, man. Come on, man. See, a lot of y'all, I see you on Facebook. I see you on Instagram, flashing, fronting, stunting, screaming and pimping, and ain't been across the street, man. When I first got in the game, that was my biggest test. I'm around here, you understand me? Once I got it, once I got what it was about, I'm around there popping my collar and screaming, and then one of the OGs pulled me to the side, and he said, "Pimping." He said, "I see you having money." He said, "Shit, gang recognized gang pimping. I see you moving. I see you grooving. Where you been, pimping?" And I said, "What you mean, OG? What you mean where I been? You been out of California?" "No, man." Hey. He said, hey, young pimping, you ain't pimped until you go cross country, because that's where you test your game. That's where you test your knowledge. That's where you test your strength, and that's where you test your broad strength. The game is about continuing to find them doggone honey holes and then take advantage of them. The game is about thinking your way into success. Come on, man. So I tell him, I say, man, he said, "Man, I ain't getting that proper money, man." He said, "Because of the city that I'm in." So I say, "Okay, man, because of the city you in." I said, "Man, you got to hit that highway." "No, man, no, Tay, I can't hit the highway, man. I can't go nowhere." "Man, why you can't go nowhere? You already know why you ain't getting your potential money out these ladies that you got." See, it's different when you know the problem and you don't correct the problem. But what I'm saying, he said, "Tay, I got these businesses, man. If I leave, man, for one day, I don't think these businesses could survive." And I say, "Pimping, if you don't take them hoes on the highway, your pimping ain't gonna survive. Then you're gonna be a businessman, but you ain't gonna have no hoes. You killing yourself." See, you can't kill yourself off like that. You got to be able to balance the two. It's okay to have a business, but you got to be a hell of a thinker to have an active business and be with the pimping, because you cannot stay in that same city and you about the game. The game is moving. The game is continue moving, trying to find that honey hole. But make sure that you in position before you make any kind of move, man. You got to make sure that you in position. You got to make sure that you continue to plan your life. Otherwise, you just like a chicken running around with his motherfucking head cut off. All right. Here we go here. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. All right. Hey, Cameo, Demore, always a pleasure, man. Top of it, man. What's going on with you, man?
Top of it, Shantae, always a pleasure, man.
Yeah, what's going on with you, man?
I want to talk about remaining positive. I'm gonna try to stay on topic,
Okay.
But I want to talk about remaining positive when pursuing women and having ladies.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Over the last week, because you remember I had told you that I really wasn't trying to really fuck with no women because I was focusing on me.
Exactly. Right.
But over the last week, I talked to maybe 10 different women, but they dropping the ball. My conversation flowing as smooth as silk, and I think bitches should be creaming on me. I'm able to spot early on that a woman is not qualified for my manhood.
You saying what? A woman? Oh, you said a woman is not qualified for your manhood?
Nah, because when I'm talking to them, like I say, my conversation flowing as smooth as silk, and I think the bitches should be creaming on me, but they dropping the ball. They ain't stepping up.
Well, yeah. Well, I tell you what, cameo. Hey, man, that happens a lot. But see, all that does, it's just motivation. It happened like that. See, I always talk about timing, and that's the same thing with catching the broad. Mm-hmm. You might talk to 10 and they ain't biting.
Right.
Right. Yeah, and you know it, and you know what you spitting. Okay. Okay, well, shit, you got to go talk to 10 more. Listen. And when they don't bite, you got to go talk to 10 more. Because I'm telling you, man. Because I'm telling you, man, life is all about timing. That's why you have to. I say that's why you got to stay ready, so you ain't got to get ready. Meaning this right here, keeping your conversation sharp and keeping on spitting it at ladies of your choice. Sooner or later, one of them gonna listen. It's all about timing, man. You know, and the one that do bite, it might not even be the one that you was really trying to have. But it's just time, and it happens like that. That's why you got to keep your conversation sharp, keep your spiel sharp, keep working on it, you know, and keep spitting it and practicing every day, man. So, you know.
Yeah, because I stay in the mirror and I stay, you know what I'm saying, working on my belief system and my conversation, and I see it's paying off.
Yeah. And see, but what up? See, plus one other thing is, you know, when you're having your conversation, a lot of ladies, they used to hearing the same old conversation. And a lot of times they don't bite, because in their mind, they're like, oh no, he way too sharp for me. So they gonna kind of like back off, and some of them gonna turn and run. So, like I said, it's all about time. And when you meet that lady, you know, that's in the same mental space as you, you're gonna have it. You're gonna have it. You just gotta keep spitting, man. Sooner or later, it's gonna be your time, and one gonna bite, man.
It is about timing.
Yeah,
because it's all in the universe plan. So
that's right.
When I'm ready, that's when they go start biting.
Right. As long as you staying active and you keeping it active, the universe recognize you putting in your work. You know what I'm saying? The universe recognize you putting in your work. You know, you're gonna be rewarded. Just keep putting it in, man.
Yeah, and I'm putting it in because like I look up to the pimping, and you know what I'm saying? I tell a bitch in a minute that, you know what I'm saying, I ain't the pimping, I'm a sharp square, but don't get it twisted, because I know what a pimp know, because I was laced by the pimping.
Yeah, that's right. There you go. That's right, man. Hey, man, always a pleasure, man. I appreciate you, man. Pleasure. All right, man. All right. Okay. Now, before Anthony Wright comes on, I just wanted to, you know, get back to kicking this, you know, this business thing and the game. Oh, we got another caller right here. Oh no, that's the same one. Mel Banks, top of it to you, man. The official Meech 3Gs, top of it, man. Pop and Pat, always a pleasure, man. Pope, that's Pope the V, I guess that's 5. Papa 5. Papa V, okay. Don Coolio Swap, always a pleasure, man. Lester Walnuts, my bad. Lester Walnuts, Denatra, top of it, man. Mr. Norm, DMV Greedy, Fred Davis, JLM, top of it to you. Now, so like I said, you know, make sure that you plan your life, because I told her, you know, like I told her brother, man, you 3 deep, these ladies making bullshit money and they complaining, you know, asking you, well, you know, well, can we go somewhere else? Can you take us somewhere else where we can make some money? You know, it's so slow here. Ain't no money here. Now, these ladies are steady telling you, but you so concerned on the businesses that you got that you getting ready to blow these hoes. See, business and the pimping can mix, but trust and believe this, you better get you a business that can pay for itself, or you can handle long distance, you know, or you can have your business and come back to it. But I'm talking about being 2 or 3 deep and trying to insist on staying in that same city, man, you're gonna lose them hoes, man. Culture C, top of it to you. Anthony Wright, Casper Houses. I see you on, Anthony. I'm K Pope, top of it. Hey, Anthony, I just need you to click in on that link so you can come into the show. In the meantime, we got Rashad here. Rashad, top of it to you, man. What's going on?
Oh, I'm chilling, Tay. How you doing today?
All right, man. I'm doing cool, man. What's going on, man?
Hey, I just want to thank you again, man, for real, from the bottom of my heart, because y'all done helped me realize you can catch $1 million woman if you got $1 million mind.
That's for sure, man. That's for sure. Hold on one second. Hey, Anthony Wright, you see that link? So, hey, Anthony Wright, just click on that link so you can come into the show and talk about these how to get these houses. Okay, Rashad. Hey, man, I appreciate you too, man, because like with a lot of guys, they listen, and they like absorb the knowledge, but they don't go out and apply it. They don't go out and use it. So it's just I'm listening, Tay, but then I'll be like, yeah, man, you listening, man, but you've been going through the game pieces. Like I had one guy, he got the game pieces. He bought the whole library 3 weeks ago. And so he's getting this consultation, and I'm telling him something, and then he says, "Oh yeah, Tay. Oh yeah, I done went through the game piece. Oh yeah, I know all that, man. I know all that." I said, "Man, hold up, man, slow down. First of all, you had them game pieces 3 weeks. You might have went through all of them, but you didn't have that sponge with you. You just went through them. You understand what I'm saying?" So then I asked him a simple question he couldn't even answer, and I said,
Right.
"See, it's like it shouldn't be up to me to test your knowledge. You should be testing your own knowledge. And if you ain't taking the knowledge and going out and trying it, it's just knowledge. It's just laying there,
Hey, Tay, never mind you questioning him. A clever woman know if you clever.
Oh man, that's damn right. Yeah.
Hey, I'm just telling them from the bottom of my heart. I take everything with a sponge and really, I rinse it out and go get some more.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Hey, but hey, once you feel it, you ain't gonna never go back. I promise you. Hey, actually, baby that I caught taught me a river never flow backwards.
Yeah, that's right. That's real. Yeah, that's real right there, man. That's for sure. That's real right there, man. Yeah. And like you say, I like what you said before that. Ladies, they do recognize if you got knowledge or not, because they listening to you. They listening. Even like my thing is, I'm gonna have the conversation. I'm gonna start the conversation. I'm gonna let her do most of the talking, but I'm gonna start the conversation off. And within them first 15, 20 minutes, that first impression, especially with your conversation, baby gonna decide if she even want to kick it with you anymore. If your conversation so dull and you sounded like some lame, she gonna play the old phone game, have one of her friends call her or text her or something, oh, I gotta go. You know what I'm saying? So
I ain't gonna give them too much on here, man, because they gotta support you if they want it and go get it themselves, man. So right. I'm gonna just leave it right there for you and let them know that it's available to you if you willing to go get it, man.
Appreciate you, Rashad.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, always a pleasure, man. I appreciate you supporting me too, man. For sure, man.
Already. More to come.
Man.
More to come.
Glasses up to you, man.
Hey, salute, Tay.
All right. State of JD. Always a pleasure, man. How you doing today?
Good, man. How about yourself?
Man, I'm doing fine, man. Just speaking on creativity, positivity, or and forward motion, which which what we all need every day. What you
Every
got?
day, every minute. No, I was thinking, when you were speaking about money and positivity, it's now what I'm seeing is people are being easily manipulated and where they're getting the information. So, I mean, we were all young once and spent our money stupidly, but it's like now, when we get money, we're not wise on it, right? We tend to put, money's everything. And I mean, there's been scenarios, even the news, which, like people are, oh, well, you shouldn't spend your money like this, or that's BS, but what it
Right.
is, of course, what it boils down to, you speak on it like every day, Rosebud, and so does Steve the Dean, is people or men don't believe in themselves, man. And that's like one of the
Right.
things. It's like even if like I think in your pimp life to where you spent so much money on women and you lost it, but I mean, of course you were mad, but it didn't phase you because you knew that you can believe in yourself, that you can just make it like that again,
Right.
right? So,
Right.
and then even then, people tend to spend money on things that are frivolous, man, that are not even worth like an investment. So
Right.
I know, like for example, there's people that I know, and you know that will spend thousands of dollars on shoes, which is cool, man. That's on your thing, but like, dude,
Right.
it's to me, unless you're in that business and you have your heart's not in it, you're just there for the business. Power to you, but majority of people are not. So like, I
Right.
would never spend that type of money on that, man. But for now, some dress shoes, like some Allen Edmonds or something, because those will never go out of style, man.
That's
Like you
right.
can wear those anywhere.
Right. Right.
So, and I
Exactly.
say too, you gotta, and the same thing as positivity is you got a lot of people, and I was a victim of this myself, to where we're positive, but if you think about it, 24/7, who are we around, and what do we listen to, and who are we around? For example, like your family, your own family could be your mom, dad, or whoever you're with, and all their lives they've been shitted on, and all they think is negativity. So when you try to bring your idea to them, like, oh well, that shit ain't gonna work, this and that.
Right.
Now where I'm at in life, I don't hold that against them because that's all they know. But for the challenge, like if I'm in that household, or say that's who I have to live with because that's where I'm at, I have
Right.
to somehow find some coping mechanism or something to be like, hey, I can't let him or her bother me because that's who they are. This is where I'm at, and it's temporary. But too
Right.
often, people are not built like that. They just let that come in and consume them.
Right. Exactly. Or what they do is, you got a project you working on, excuse me, or you got a goal that you're working on, and your mind is set, and you've been working on it, so you know where you're going. So you make a little progress, and then you tell somebody, especially your family members, mom, dad, any of your family members, and then once you tell them, you already got that fear in you because you ain't for sure it's gonna work, and you're taking a chance, but your mind is on it, and you working on it. Like I said, then you let them know. So then what happens? Their fear, they project that on you, just like you were just saying. It's like, oh, Tay, hey, Tay, I know Bill, and Bill tried that and it didn't work. Man, you really should, Tay. I don't think you should do that. Hey, Ralph, tell your cousin here. He think so. I'm saying they project their fear onto you, and then with your fears, a lot of times people they just quit. They just give it up, or you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. But like you say, I agree. It's a lot of times in our life. I'm talking about just me. I'm like this. I believe that in order to win in life, we got to try to not try, but we got to erase as many obstacles as we can that's in front of us, and we know these obstacles are there. And a lot of time, the biggest obstacle, like you spoke on earlier, is the people that we surround ourselves with. You know what I'm saying? It's like
So
that's a
and so
lot of guys' problem.
with that and those guys, and I just got two more things after this because I don't want to take your time. They're not bad people. Like I know you got some street dudes, I've got
Right,
street dudes,
right,
but you got to realize you can't. Like for example, this is what I faced in college. I can't go on to my homeboys that I grew up on the streets and say, "Hey, man, I'm going to this college. this and that. I can't talk to them because they don't know any better, and then they're just gonna talk shit, which I should expect that. So
Exactly.
those when you have
Right.
that's why you got to get out of that comfort zone. You talked about that a lot. You got to go and meet people that you would think like, oh, I don't associate with those motherfuckers. They're stuck. Man, if you want to go wherever it may be, man, that's who you got to
Right.
go surround. You can't hang out with your friends, because if that were the case, you all would be successful. But hey,
That's right.
it don't work like that, right?
That's right. Great point, man.
And the
Great,
last one,
great point.
and I'll let this go. So, the thing I heard from you, Bud, and Dean, and it really stuck with me, and it makes sense to where fear, rejection, loneliness, and stress is this other one I heard, is never going to go away. I didn't
That's
believe
right.
that, but it's true. And it's not the fear
Right.
like, oh my God, but no, but it's just, in little things to where like, man, I'm like, if you're pimping, you're going to go compete with somebody else. It's like, man, stressing
Right.
out. Do
Right.
I wear
Right.
this suit? Little. So my thing is, you got to know how to treat them as family and manage them at all times. Because if you
Right.
still have the idea that fear, rejection, loneliness, and stress can go away, you're going to kill yourself, man.
That's right.
So I say
That's right.
figure a way to manage them at all times. And
Hey,
to
man.
me, with your positivity, it'll all connect and work itself out.
That's great, man. Man, great content. Always a pleasure kicking it with you, man. Always,
you too, sir.
man.
I love hearing what you got to say, man. So
All
I'll get
right.
off.
Always a pleasure, man. All right.
Yep.
So, man, I hope you guys are listening, because they be saying the same thing. The Natra says, last thing we need is that negative energy out there on us. We love them, but we must remember that they hear you, but they're not listening. They got sight, but they might not have vision. Good shit, Denatra. I like that, man. I'm gonna have to put it up here so people can see exactly what you said. I wish you would just really tuned in, and hit that link so you could have said that on air. It just sounded a lot better. But I appreciate what you said, Denatra. Sir Royce, top of it to you. Chris A, yeah. Pop and Pat say, kick it with the people who know a little more than you, so it helps elevate you. That's right, Pop and Pat. I'm gonna say that again. He said, kick with people who know a little more than you, so it helps elevate you. The same exact thing that that the brother spoke on before him. Same exact thing, only different word. Now, I done had a couple of these contact me and ask me about this thing about, when do you accept the clothes from abroad and when do you not accept the clothes from abroad? Well, I'm just gonna tell you guys a few different experiences that I had when it comes to bras and having your kids in the game. And that's something else that I'm gonna speak on. Hey man, it's hard when you have when you take the lady, you take the kids too if they got the kids. And that becomes a problem. See, me, the way I did it, I had my son with me until he was 5 years old. Took him on the road with me everywhere I went. Had the nanny following us on the road. I did that for 5 years. And then I realized, a situation came up. We rolling down the highway. So I'm in my Auburn. I got my hoes behind me. It's 4 of them, 4 bunnies. They in the car painted the same color as my Auburn. Then behind them, is my son and the nanny. So we rolling together. So Highway Patrol pull us over and tell us that the trucker said that we was that I was a pimp driving cross country, with some hoes following me. So they pull us over and they jam us. They had us there forever. My son here, right? He about 5 now. And they took me through so many changes, you know what I'm saying? And any other time, I'd have really said what I felt, to them racist ass motherfucking police. But because he was there, I had to bite my tongue. My lip was bloody when I finished with that conversation. with them Peckerwoods police. My lip was bloody from me biting my lip. Not wanting my son to see what might take place. So I'm saying this right here. When you got kids in the game, hey man, it becomes a hassle. You cannot take them up and down the highway with you. You got to put them with your family. If you're gone for a week, okay, wherever you at, you want to go back and see your kid, hop on a plane, fly back and see your kid for a day or two, get back on the plane and come back and get back with your pimping. Kids and businesses, while you're in the game, it's like a added thing that you really, hey man, it gets to be a hassle. Trust and believe that. It's like this right here. Now, getting back to accepting the clothes. My first time serving a pimp with some news, I never will forget. A real big lesson to me. Now, my mentor, he kicked a lot of parts of the game with me. He kicked the whole game with me. And I grasped it quick. But he didn't tell me about that part. So I did not pimp him for the broad. Broad chose me with 2,700. So when I called him, I should have knew something was wrong right there. Because he talking about, hey, man, I just checked with the broad, man. The broad told me then that she had 2,700. I just came up to the track and the broad gone, man. Hey, man, you kidnapped that bitch, man. That's my 2,700, man. I said, hold up. Hold up. Slow down, Turbo. Slow down, man. I say, man, the bitch made the money. Until she give it to you, it ain't your money. I said, the broad chose me with this money, man. I said, if you was any kind of pimp, that you would accept that. I said, you would be a real big pimp, and accept that you got knocked and give me that hoe's clothes, and then you go somewhere and sit down and have a drink. Okay. He said, yeah, okay, man. I'm at such and such and such and such address, man. Come on over, man. And get the clothes. Okay. I'll go over and get the clothes. I'm walking up the stairs. I already got this little funny feeling. You know what I'm saying? But I'm rolling with it. So I go up there, I knock on the door. He opened the door. He looking at where the broad at, man? I said, where the broad at? I say, I can't even get the broad's clothes, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, where my money? Oh, hold on a second. They're saying that the link is frozen. It's just staying on the load page. Okay, I'm fixing to take care of that. So he says, where my 2,700? I said, man, you a pimp, nigga, or what? Before I can get the words out of my mouth, hey man, listen, that nigga pushed me down the stairs. He pushed me down the stairs. Nigga broke my arm. This is my first lesson, in coming to get some doggone hoes clothes. And after that first lesson, I learned. So after that, every time I knock abroad, if pimping didn't say, hey, Tay, I'm going to bring you them clothes, I never asked. Because it's like this with me. Hey, when you start over, ho, you starting over, ho, you starting over. And if you guys think about it, hey, I don't know why, but man, them hoes, man, they love their clothes, man. Man, them hoes don't want to leave them clothes behind. And I can understand because they didn't work for them. But when a hoe ready to choose, you got to let her know, hey, baby, you made a mistake. And mistakes come with sacrificing. Whatever them clothes was, whatever that wardrobe was, I'm going to triple that wardrobe. And it's going to be much flyer and much better. So I'm telling you guys about, man, go and get a hoe's clothes. Man, every man that calls himself a pimp ain't no pimp. And going to get them clothes, nowadays you might have a problem. Now, another brother, I had a consultation with him, and this is the problem he had. He's staying in the building, and it's another bunny in the building. So the bunny be seeing his broad, and they start talking. The bunny kept being interested. And so baby, she come to this, she come to Pimp to his, they live next door to each other. So she come to his door, give him some money, say she choosing him because she been talking to his broad. She said that she choosing him. She said she want to be with him. Okay, so he sent her to work with his broad. So his broad call him and say, when we got to turn the date, she didn't turn the date. She left. So she probably walking in the door at the apartment right now. So Pimpin', I told she lived next door. Pimpin' go next door. now the broad, now he told her that she had to give him some money to choose him. The broad only had $60. But that's all she had. She wasn't no hoe, but she gave him the $60. Okay, to show that she was about it. Okay, he gonna knock on the door because the broad went. She went, but she didn't turn the date. She told us hoe that, oh, I just can't do that, and she left and went back to the apartment. So he knocked on the door at the apartment. He said when the door opened, it was a big old brother, about 6'4", 6'5", tattoos everywhere on his face. And he say, man, what you knocking on this door for? And as he says that, his broad come walking up the stairs. So his broad hear what's going on, hear what he said. So the broad say, that bitch called herself choosing. She gave my man some money. Come on out, bitch, where you at? So the gangbanger nigga, he hear that, he immediately pounced on the Pimpin'. Hey man, how much money that broad give you, man? That's my money, man. How much money that broad give you, man? That's my money, man. Hey man, I gotta have that back. So Pimpin' like, damn. So he say, Tay, I thought about what you said, man, you know, about serving the nigga dry. He said, but this dude was a gangster. He wasn't no pimp, you know. So I'm waiting to hear what he say, because I know what I would have done. So he say, so I said, what you do, man? He said, man, shit, man, I gave him the $60 back, man. You know? And I said, hey, man, that's the same thing I would have done. I'd have gave him the $60 back, you know, and said, hey, man, the broad thought that she could be a hoe. I'll flip it on her. I said, but she just couldn't do it. I give him the $60 back. But you know what I told him? I said, hey, man, trust and believe this. It might be 2 weeks. It might be 3 weeks. It might be a month. It might be 1 week. That broad, oh, she coming back for some more of it. She got all the way to the, she got all the way to the water trough, to the water trough, and she couldn't drink. But she gonna be back for some more of it because she was interested. She went, so I told him, man, don't worry about that. She coming back. All right, Anthony Wright, I'm ready for you to come on, man. I sent you the link, so hit that link, Anthony, right? So you can come on and talk about, your cash for houses. I resent the link. Did you get it, Anthony, right? Just click on that link and you'll come on the show automatically. I'm going to tell you guys a story about while I'm waiting on Anthony Wright to hit that link and come on the show to tell you guys about how to invest your money into buying houses. Come on, Anthony Wright. But in the meantime, I'm going to tell you guys a story. I'm going cross country. Got my son with me. I just knocked off this bunny. So I got my $1,000 a day broad. Yeah, I think I told y'all about her. I had her for 25 years and she never gave me under $1,000 a day. So I had her with me. But she was a jealous ass broad them whole years. but she handled my business. So I had her with me, and I had the new turnout with me. My partner Renaissance, he had his broad with him. I'm in my Fleetwood, and I got my son too. So we headed to Michigan. So we get down to Albuquerque, New Mexico, and all the while the little bunny-eyed knock, the little turnout, she bad. I'm talking about blue eyes, blonde hair down to the crack of her ass. I'm talking about legs like a tennis star. I'm talking about a bad motherfucker, man. I'm talking about, man, I know I'm fixing to get paid. So instead of grooming this broad, now we ain't got no farther than Albuquerque, New Mexico. But the whole time there, all those miles, this punk bitch ain't said nothing to this other hoe. She ain't said not one word. That I'm not liking, because she's supposed to be kicking game. And I'm looking through the mirror, and she ain't saying nothing. My partner Renaissance, his broad kicking more game, with the bunny than my broad. Okay. So I get enough of this shit. I pull up on the highway. I pull up on the highway. Renaissance, tell you what's going on. I said, man, hold on one second. I said, excuse me, I need to talk to you. So I get the broad out the car. I said, you acting like a real punk bitch. I said, you supposed to be showing this, you supposed to be letting this, hoe know that you're a real hoe. You supposed to be letting this hoe know that you a big bitch like I've been putting you up to be. So what is it? You doubting yourself? Why? Because you think this bitch is fine? So you doubting yourself? Oh, that's what it is. Oh, you're not that big bitch I thought you was. So anyway, she say something smart, and I said, you know what? I said, you know what, bitch? This how we gonna handle this. I say, I'm gonna go over here and get a hotel room. I said, Renaissance, this on me, man. I said, I'm gonna get a hotel room. Renaissance say, no, man, I'm pimping, man. I got a hoe. I got him. I said, no, man, this on me, man. I'm gonna get the room. So we go to the hotel room, get the room. I get a bitch the car keys, because I'm clowning, I'm arguing all in front of my son. This is why I'm talking about again about the pimping and your kids on the road with you. That shit don't mix. I don't care how you do it. That shit don't mix, because every city you go to, you're gonna have to. If you do it, every city you go to, you're gonna have to go online and find a bonded babysitter. Now, if you have to take your kid with you, listen, pimping. Every city you get to, you go online and find a bonded babysitter. That means that they've been tested, they've been cleared, they ain't no perverts or none of that, if you must. But I suggest that, try to find another way to do your thing. So anyway, what happened was that I get it brought the car, and she got my son. I said, you know what? Take the car and get the fuck out of here. So Renaissance say, well, shit, Tay, shit, you got a plan? I said, yeah, I got a plan. He said, what's your plan? I said, man, I'm gonna sit this hoe down. And I said, and by tomorrow morning, I'm gonna have riding money. And I said, and it's a turnout. So Renaissance said, well, shit, Tay, we pimping. Let's put these hoes down. We put them hoes down for 9 hours. The next morning, me and Renaissance put our money together, went to a car lot and bought a stankin' Lincoln, load them hoes up in the car, and went to Grand Rapids, Michigan, which is my hometown. So we go to Grand Rapids, Michigan, and it's a few hoes on the stroll. So we get there, and we start getting money. So we there maybe about 3-4 days. After the 3 or 4 days, I'm 5 deep. Renaissance, he 3 deep. Okay, now the bras disappear off the track. Some other pimps, their hoes told each other pimps that these Mexican pimps, these are Mexican dudes. no, Puerto Rican dudes, that they said that they had kidnapped the hoes. It had 2 cars of them. So Grand Rapids is not that big of a town. So me and Renaissance, we find out where they live. So what we did was we sent I sent 2 hoes up to the door, and me and Renaissance had like stood on the side of the door. We sent the 2 hoes to the door and had them knock on the door and act like they was choosing them. Now, me and Renaissance, you know, Grand Rapids my hometown, so I didn't have no problem getting no pistols. So I got a pistol with me and got a pistol with Renaissance. So we hiding on the side of the house. So when they open the door, who the fuck are y'all? Say, we with that pimp from Cali, and I just came over because we just wanted to choose. You know, I like you. I think you're cute. I like your style. So they was shit, bitch, come on in. Before they can open the door, me and Renaissance ran up in there with the pistols. We run up in there. Hey, man, it's my bunny. It's Renaissance broad. Okay, so the 2 bras I sent up there. Okay, so that's 4 bras. These motherfuckers had 5 more other pimps bras in there. So I tell Renaissance, I say, man, you know what, man? I say, we pimping, man. I said, but you know what, man? I said, man, you know what? We got to gangster these motherfuckers, man. So Renaissance say, well, shit, tell you whatever you want to do. I walk up to one of the doggone dudes. I say, sit your ass on the couch. I walk up to him, and I'm gangster, man. I'm pimping, but I'm gangster not because you didn't kidnap my property, man. You didn't disrespected me. I'm fresh in town. You trying to treat me like a punk. I bust him across the mouth with the motherfucking pistol. Bam! Renaissance bust the other one across his mouth. Bam! Now they go to beg. Hey, man, don't kill me. Don't kill me. Don't kill me. So I say, y'all fucking with pimps like this what y'all call pimping? I said, man, all you hoes, man, y'all here for destruction. So I told my hoe, let's go. Let's get out of here. Say, man, here's my hand. Me and Renaissance split up them other 5 bras. When we walking out the door, I told the fool, man, lay on your stomach and do not move. As we walking out the door, the mother hoes followed us. So I'm in the town, not even a good month, and I'm 8 deep, man. You know, I set that track on fire, man. I opened that track up, man, in my home in Grand Rapids, Michigan, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, I just had to tell you guys that story because trust and believe, hey, man, ain't nothing greater than going across country. Ain't nothing, if you call yourself in the game and you don't hit the highway, you ain't gonna grow. You can send me all the pictures, tell me all the stories that you want to tell me. Send me all them pictures. But if you're a local yokel, then you're not sticking to the rules of the game because the game is a moving game. You keep it moving till you find that honey hole. Once you find that honey hole, you know, you milk that honey hole till it's dry and then you move on. You can't keep screaming the pimping and you ain't been across the street. Because that means that you haven't been tested. And when you're in the game, going from city to city, state to state, you will be tested every time. I know I done spoke on a few different subjects. And Anthony Wright, I really waiting on you to tune in, man. Slick Money, top of it to you. Demond McCoy, Punchy 16. Appreciate you guys tuning in. You know, when I was coming through my ranks, I was having money, and I really wanted to do something with the money. But we used to have a round table discussions in Hollywood, you know, be about 25, 30 pimps. you know, in a different room, and we having round table discussions. You know what I'm saying? So I come in, you know, and shit, you know, I'm sitting at the head of the table with the rest of the giants. Anyway, make a long story short, so I bring him the idea. I say, yeah, man. I say this friend. This is when the Betamax machines was about to come out. The Betamax machine is what he used to put the big old VCR in. That was called the Betamax machine. It was real heavy. It was the first one. It was the first one that they had. So what happened was that this friend of mine, whose name was Kenny Bates, he was hooked up with this white dude. This white dude was an inventor, and he came up with this Betamax machine, which is a video player of the big video playing movie machine. It was the first movie machine called the Betamax. So Kenny Bates is like, Tay, you got this money stack, man. He said, this is gonna be a great idea. He said, this machine is gonna play movies on the TV. And I said, bullshit, man. He said, no, this machine's called the Betamax. It's gonna play the movies, you know, on the TV. Okay. So he said, man, if you invest, he said, man, it's gonna be a winner. Okay. So I bring this story to the round table of the pimps in Hollywood, and I'm telling them what he's telling me about how big of how great an idea that this machine, which is gonna play movies on TV, and he's looking for some investors. So Tay is not letting me come into the show. It's freezing him up on one page. Hey, Anthony, I think it's got to be something you doing, man. I don't know, man. Must be something that you're doing. Oh, Rashad. Hold on, Rashad. Let me bring you back in there. What's going on, man?
Hey, what up, Tay? Hey, can you talk about you hitting other countries? Like Singapore? You said you was over there in some other places, right?
Yeah, I went to Singapore, man. I went to Brazil. I went to London.
Okay.
France. You know, I it was like this, man. I was at that point in my life where I had everything. This is what I'm saying. You know, you got 350 racks stacked. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, you know what? Now I'm fixing to go international with the pimping. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I just had to do it. I just had to test the waters, you know, and it was cool, man. You know, but the only thing about those, you know, going to them different countries, you like want to stay there, you know. But after you're there for like a month,
right,
then you really ready to come home, because it ain't nothing like America, man. Now you can go to them places and get money, but as far as staying, you know, a lot of them places, the nightlife, the food, you know, beautiful countries, man. But all that other stuff, it's just bullshit, man. You know, like the Orient. I didn't like the Orient because I didn't like it. It smelled over there. I didn't like London. I mean, I'm saying the Orient because of the food that they cook. I didn't like London because you very seldom get to see the sun there. You know? Yeah, man. It's always mostly cloudy. You know, just different places. Brazil, it's nice as long as you stay in a certain section. But once you get out that main section where the tourists come, man, you better grab a pistol, man. But you don't see all that, you know. You don't see all that, yeah, you know. But man, ain't nothing like it though. Ain't nothing like traveling. You know, ain't nothing like it, man. That's why I say branching out. You know, whether you're in the game or not, man, ain't nothing like, you know, just going somewhere, man. Being, the greatest thing that excited me when I was over there in London was hearing people the same color as me, that with that accent. Oh my goodness. Hey man, and the way the motherfuckers speak in France, oh man, man, they just captivate abroad just by that little accent they got. There's a lot of black people in France too, and London. You know, London, they got their own little black section, man. You know?
I done met them. I done been to Amsterdam.
Man, I've been to Amsterdam. Amsterdam, all the dope is in the damn store. As long you can use it, as long as you stay in the store.
Yes, sir.
While you use it, huh?
Yes, sir.
I was in Amsterdam one time, man.
Yes, sir. And you meet, hey, man, you touched the sky for real, man. I'm doing my best right now to touch it too.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. All right. I'm out. Okay. Full play Freddie P. Top of it to you, man. G-Dog UK. Denatra. King Diamond. Top of it to you. So, Immortal Killer, the Dictator. Top of it to you, man. Shout out from Louisiana. Glasses up to you. Hey, man. What I'm saying is that whatever you do, it's got to be about growing. It's got to be about, moving to the next level. You got to plan and prepare your life. Sure, the life can be fun. The life can be fascinating. Your whole life can be fascinating. But when it comes to life, if you don't have a plan for your life, you're going to crash and burn. Because it's like whether you work a job, whether you sell dope, whether you run credit cards, whatever you do, you have to have a reason why you're doing it. It's got to be an end game. You got to have an end game, because otherwise, why you doing what you're doing, if you don't have an end game? I mean, you got to be working and hustling for something. You have to have a plan, man. You got to. For the next show, I'm gonna get with Anthony Wright. We're gonna hook it up for the next show so he can get on here and explain to you guys about buying houses. For some reason, we didn't make the connection right. But I just want you guys to remember that no matter what you're doing, as a matter of fact, hey, Anthony Wright, you can call me and I can still put you on the air. How about we do that? I'm gonna put my phone number in here, and you can just call me, Anthony Wright, because I really want the people on here to hear about this buying houses. Let me see. What? Okay. So now listen, man. It don't make sense for you to keep taking them chances and not stacking your money. But once you stack your money, you got to know what to do with your money. You have to. Hey, Anthony, I just text you the number so you can call in, and you can explain on the phone. Okay. Listen, man, you got to have a plan. You got to know why you hustling. You got to know why you grinding. It's got to be a purpose. It's got to be a reason. It's got to be a reason why you're doing it. Okay. Hold on one second. Anthony Wright?
Good evening, Tank. Blessings.
Hey, blessings, man. How you doing? Hey, man, I don't know what happened. Why wouldn't it work? You said it, huh?
They kept going to that one page and freezing up and wouldn't go no farther.
Wow. Okay. Well, hey you guys, this is Anthony Wright, the LLC for houses. I'm gonna let him explain, to you about, how you guys can make some investments to some programs to build wealth for yourself. Okay, Anthony Wright, what you got, man?
Here we go, Tay.
All right.
Listen, again, thank you for allowing me on your program.
Appreciate
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk to you guys about building wealth. Well, first thing I want to say, Tay is 100% right for you guys in the game. Those ladies must come before anything else, before any business or anything else. Because when you're in the game, if you don't focus on them first, you will lose them first. Now, on the business aspect, I want to talk to you guys about buying real estate and some other stuff. Listen, when you're trying to build wealth and you're in the game and you're going all across country, you need assets that can pay you that you don't have to be there all the time. Prime example, I tell y'all young guys I talk with to buy 18-wheelers. You can buy 18-wheeler regardless of your credit for about $5,000 down, and then another $2,000 for $1,000 for the insurance, and you lease it to a larger trucking company. And after all that said and done, truck payment's gonna be about $2,000. Trucks right now goes between $8,000 to $10,000 a week. After you take out your expenses, $500 a week with truck payment, insurance, bobtail, collision, and trailer, the truck will normally gross you back between $1,500 to $2,500 a week per profit after you paid your driver. If you lease it to a larger trucking company, let them run it and manage it for you. You know, all you gotta do is sit on every Friday and wait till a check roll in, direct deposit after all your expenses. These are some of the things that we encourage young guys in the lifestyle to do to generate wealth. Now, I'm big on asset protection. That's one of my biggest things because you never know what's going to happen. I believe in LLCs, C Corps, and S Corps, and the only difference is what you plan on doing with it. But for you young P's that out there thinking about what I'm going to do with this money, you don't want to just let it sit in the bank. You need to move it into something that's going to pay you, but you want to either put it in a C Corp, S Corp, or LLC. I encourage you to stay up in the LLC. This protects it from you. It protects it from what you're doing. That way, if anything crazy happens, it's independent of you, because after the Citizens United rule, all businesses are considered their own people. So this is an independent asset of you that's an incorporated asset that can be transferred or sold to somebody else, so you don't have to worry about losing it to forfeiture or seizure. I say this to you young guys, but that's just one. Now, my biggest thing is real estate for people in the game, because real estate helps you build money in so many different ways, and it's something you don't have to hands on. Like, you know, you can, if you got a 580 credit score, you can get an FHA, and you can use that FHA to buy a duplex, and you can pay a property manager 10%, and you don't have to have no dealings with that anymore. Property manager manages it, make sure maintenance and stuff done on the property, and she just to send you a check. There's so many things you can get involved in. But I tell you, young people, focus on the ladies first, because there's thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of programs. There's no such thing as you can't get real estate. I don't care what your credit is. I don't care if you got no money. None of that matter in real estate, because where there's a will, there's a way. And a lot of people, they don't get that. You know, and it's the same thing with owning businesses. When you go out, I brought another business the other day, and I took a young P with me so he can learn how to buy business. You know, the guy wanted $200,000 for the business. Instead of me giving him $200,000, I talked with the guy, I negotiated with the guy. He called his lawyer to make sure everything was legit, and I wasn't making nothing up, running no scam. So what we did was went through his lawyer, and I purchased the business on paper from him for $100. And I used the business asset, the equipment that the business had, and the vehicles as collateral to get a loan for $300,000. And I paid him the $200,000 he wanted. We put 50 back in the business, and we split 50.
Wow.
I say this to you. When there's a will, there's a way. There are so many, for you young people that are out there going across country, as you traveling open your eyes to the opportunities that are sitting in front of you. I know that some of this stuff may sound crazy and it's over your head. Believe you me, I keep documentation on everything so everyone can understand. Because see, that was just a little small mom and pop for 200,000. There's so many things, especially with you guys in the game. With you guys in the game, you have a tool that a lot of men don't have. You have a woman that'll give her all. She'll go out every night and go get you what you need. That is a very, very powerful tool in business. Now, I'm saying this to say, when you out here and you doing your thing, you getting your money, you know, again, the ladies got to come before any business. But there's so many businesses that you can buy, and you can pay somebody to run that business as an LLC, as an independent asset of you, while you doing your thing, focusing on your ladies, and you can quietly be building massive wealth without anybody knowing. Without anybody knowing that you out here building wealth. Because I strongly believe that if you got a woman in this game, if you have a real home, it ain't nothing to be a millionaire in 5 years. Nothing. Because she getting at it, you investing properly, you taking care of yourself, you taking care of your game, the world is at your feet. It may not, if you out on a $500 track, it may not seem like it like that. But I tell young people all the time, if you take $100 a day, just $100 a day, and you set it aside for future investment, in 6 months, that's $18,000 you got to invest. In 1 year, that's $36,000. If you can set aside $200 a day, that's $36,000 in 6 months, and in a year, that's $72,000. You may not think you can make a lot of investments with that, but you can make some serious moves with that'll put you in position. I'm a firm believer everything is about being in position. And I say all this to say because I was allowed to stand on the shoulders of giants like Dave, Bud, White folks, Johnny Brown. These were giants. So this is the stuff each generation of peas or each generation of man needs to do better than the generation behind them.
That's right.
You have to look back and remember where you came from and the people's shoulders and the people who cleared the way for you to be able to stand on the next level. A lot of guys don't see this. You know, you get the money, you burn through the money so quick because you want to look fly, you want that fly ride, you want this and that. You got to remember, there's a business component to this besides looking fly because you want to get rich off the game. You know, and I tell P's all the time, you got young P's out here now that are using sites like Trillo. They buying a little $3,000-$4,000 a car, used car, cleaning it up a little, putting on Trillo, getting $300 a week off that car. That may not seem like nothing, but that's an extra $15,000 a year. And then Trillo running a little car, all you doing is paying the insurance on. There's so many things a young P can do with this money that ensures that anything go wrong, you still got revenue coming in. That ensures, because listen, in today's game, you can't guarantee this girl gonna be there tomorrow. Because she getting her feelings and her emotions, she gonna have to do some dumb shit like go choose another people.
That's right.
So you have to make sure that you are taken care of first. And I love when Tay tell you got to know you first, because that's what a lot of guys don't understand. You have to know you. You have to make sure that you're okay. You're comfortable with who you are. Now, back to what I'm saying about owning business, there are thousands of businesses you can own. You have to get out the mindset that you have to micromanage owning these businesses. All you got to do is hire a qualified person to run it and wait on your check and stay focused on your broad. Because if you focus on your broad, you got money every day coming from your broad. It don't take much to invest in a business and do what you need to do to get the right person in there to run it so you can stay out of the way and that's your money. That's your other money. Because your broad requires your first attention at all times. I believe wholeheartedly in that. Now, back to like real estate, I'm going to tell you guys a secret about real estate. This is the biggest secret about real estate that most of you young P's don't understand. You don't need an 800 credit score to buy a house. All you need is a 500 or a 580 and you can buy a house. If you got a 580, you can get a house with 3.5% down. And I'm also going to encourage you to stop listening to realtors. A realtor trying to pay you for some money. What you should do is look for foreclosures. Call the bank. Ask them for the REO list. When you get the REO list, look at the house. Take a minute when you got some free time, go see that house. Every bank in America will sell you a house for 50% of its value. That is the standard forebear. Let me show you P's a little trick. Let's say you in, let's get you out of California because real estate really high in California. Let's say you in Vegas. You can find a $200,000 house in Vegas that got foreclosed on. The bank will sell it to you for $100,000. You got a 580 credit score. I don't care that you're a pimp and you say, well, I ain't had no job. You can use stated income with no verification. That ain't no problem. You use stated income, funding in minutes. You got companies that take care of people all the time that are out there with people with this situation. So you can qualify for this house at $100,000. Now, since it appraised for $200,000, you can finance it for $130,000, and at closing, when they give you the keys, give you another check for $30,000 to put in your pocket. This is why I tell P's all the time, look at buying foreclosure. And don't be ashamed or scared to own property in cities you don't live in. I own properties all over the country in cities I don't live in. And the reason being, because they're deals. It's just like they said, you got to be willing to go out and go across country. If you ain't been nowhere, you can't see what's in front of you. And most people missing money because they can't see what's in front of them. I stress that to a lot of young people because there are places you can go right now and get a steal on a piece of property and not know you got a steal on a piece of property because you never left. You never left California. You never left Reno, Vegas, Houston, or Dallas. But hear me, they may have a program that you qualify for that can put some real bread in your pocket. And I tell young people this all the time. All your money is a tool, another tool just like that hoe to get you rich. And you have to maximize that tool. Let me give you a good example of something. Let's say you get hemmed up or jammed up in Louisiana. The normal bonding price to get out is 10% of the bond. But if you're an out-of-state resident, they want the whole bond plus that 10%. But if you got property there, you can use property in lieu of cash. And these are things that I learned from OGs. Like, look, get you property in some of these places. That way, if you ever jam, you got your property. Or you can use your property as a portion insurance company, and then you still don't have to come up with the cash. The point I'm making, invest this money wisely. I asked Tate, because I talked to y'all about money, because invest this wisely. Because let me tell you something. If you took $7,000 and that's $5,000 down payment, $2,000 to cover insurance on a truck, and you leased it to one of these big trucking companies, they're gonna dispatch it and they're gonna run it for you. You can hire your own driver, or they'll help you hire a driver. Now that's only $7,000. Now think about something. That truck gonna run 50 weeks out the year. If that truck grows $8,000, after you pay your driver and everything, your net profit is too. Right now, with freight being what it is, freight is running $8,000 to $10,000 a week gross. So you got guys who ain't doing nothing but sitting at home, got a truck running by a big, large company, and these 18-wheelers you see going down the road, a lot of those owner operators, which are company people who own trucks that don't drive them, clearing $2,000 to $4,000 a week to the house.
Wow.
And if anybody doubt that, I can send Tate some documents because I own a bunch of trucks too. I can send Tate some documents. I had nothing to hide. You guys, for the ones that know me, know I'm not capping. And this is stuff you can do while you're working with your girls hands off. Because the company running your equipment, they just sending you a truck. And be sure to set up a business account. And if you don't have a business account, get your little EIN and get your little NetSpend account. So you can put your money in the business account away from you. That way, if anything come up and it jam up, they can't see. Because once you set up as an LLC, C corporate S corp, it's independent of you. And that money can just sit there. You still have a debit card, so you can do whatever you want with the money. But you don't have to be so worried about it being seized to take it. That's very important. One of these girls coming back 10 years down the road gonna find Jesus or find something and claim you mistreated them with this. They can't take those assets. Hey, is it okay if I tell them a quick story?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
I'm gonna tell y'all how funny the game is. If you do right by the game will do right by you. Back in 2000, OG Darrell Wilson, better known as OG White Folks, I ran into him down in Marion, Georgia. Me and a couple other P's, we was on our way up to Charlotte to put out. And he'll tell you, because we stopped him in the mall, was talking to him. He was doing what he normally do, give young P's a good pep talk, get them gained up and ready. He was telling us this story about his days up in Detroit. Now, the other P's, they were just bullshitting. They weren't really interested. I was paying attention. When he was a young man, he used to sell hot bricks to hoes to stand on in the wintertime because hoes would be out to rain, sleet, and snow to get their folks money. Not like today, just sitting in the hotel waiting on the phone. They would be out for real at their folks' money. And so he was telling this story to us. After he told us this story, we paid our respect, and then we went out on our way. Because our game was getting closed, to go to work, and we took him up to Charlotte. Charlotte is a 4-hour ride from Atlanta. We was down in Atlanta. We rolled up to Charlotte. I swear he'll tell you the same story. Because I told him, we get up to Charlotte, we guys get our rooms, and we put our game down South 77. Now, if you know what South 77 is in Charlotte, you know that's where the crack is in Charlotte. But we was down in South 77, put our game down. It was a slow night. I ain't gonna lie, we had them posted on lines and we run the combo because bitch got a phone, she can answer a call while she getting money. I don't see no reason why she can't. So we guys was out socializing, doing our thing. Before daybreak, across the street from the hotel, there was a old mill. They were tearing out, built in the early 1800s. It was huge, took a whole block. I kept looking at that mill because something white folks had told me. You never know when you're going to see opportunity. That morning when my gang came in and she laid down for a little while, after I got my money, she laid down. I was looking out the window at this mill, so I put on my clothes and I went down the stairs and across the street and talked to the man, and I couldn't get out what white folks had told me. I asked the man, I said, what are you going to do with all these bricks? Because they was loading them in these roll-offs. He said, they going to the landfill. That's where they going, to the landfill. I went, and y'all gonna think I'm capping, but I'm really not. I asked him, could I have the bricks? I didn't have no clue what the fuck to do with them. I just asked him, could I have them? The man said, no, we need this project done, this and that. When my game got up, now this was a beautiful, beautiful snow bunny. I had got this snow bunny for OG Scooter G out of Vegas. This was a beautiful blonde snow bunny. She was asking me why was I looking so sad. Because I was up and I said, I don't know, the guy wouldn't give me those bricks. She put on her clothes, went across the street to this mill. She was gone hour and a half. She come back. She tell me, hey, I got those bricks, and the guy said, you can take as long as you need to get all those bricks. I said, what? You bullshit me. She said, no, for real. I got all those bricks. I even made him sign a piece of paper so there'll be no problem. I went online. Before Google got big, if you was around back in the 2000s, you knew Yahoo was big. Went online, put in Yahoo, used bricks. A company in Mississippi right north of Jackson came up. They asked me how much I wanted for those bricks. I didn't know. They said, okay, do this. I did what they wanted. They bought all of those bricks. Every single one of them. I don't know if you know anything, used bricks cost more than real bricks.
Wow.
Now, if I told you what I made, y'all would swear I'm capping, but I'm not capping. I sold all those bricks, and it took us 6 months to finish getting all. They were still tearing down the mill to get them all out there, but they weren't using the bins anymore. They were just letting us come get them, and I had hired some Mexicans, and they were shipping the molar off the bricks, and we just stacked them on pallet that was provided by a place in Jackson. And they would come up once a week, take 2-3 truckloads back to Jackson, and that was it. And I got paid. All that came from some game I got from OG White folks about some bricks.
Wow.
That may not seem like a lot.
Wow,
I come
man.
facilitate that without the girl. The girl facilitated that.
Right.
And I made some hella money off those bricks. And I know that sounds like cap, but it's not cap. That's why I say to anybody, you put your hoe first, because she was going to make you some real money while you building your business. And I never forgot that. He'll tell you, I never forgot that because I made some real money off those used bricks. And a lot of times you guys, you let your game walk down the street and you don't take pride in that's your game. Some of you guys do, but a lot of guys don't. But that game is a reflection of you and the game you lacing her with. And I know that don't sound like it's a lot, but I can tell you something. If you give the game the right game, she gonna go get you the right money. If you give her no game, then she can only give you the money she know how to give.
That's right.
And you have to tell you guys this all the time. Know yourself and constantly be educating yourself in different things.
Right.
Because a pimp has to know everything. There's so many things you got so many hats to wear. But you got to constantly be educating your mind because you never know when an opportunity might be an even bigger opportunity in front of you that you cannot see because you haven't educated your mind to see. And that may sound crazy to you, but I can send you some videos because I got some videos I did for somebody else. But I can see in these videos. A prime example is how many times have your game dated a doctor? How many times have your game dated a used car dealer? You know, let's go some game. Hey, I want to give you a piece of game. Is it okay?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. You go to these small mom and pop doctor offices, and you know the doctor trick. That same one trick can pay you $1 million. Because he understands something. In 2 years, when he charged off those bills that ain't nobody paid, a lot of these small mom and pop doctor offices, they ain't studying those bills anymore because they couldn't collect no money. You send your game in there with the right game, he'll assign those bills. Assignment is like giving the right to your game. Let me explain a funny story about that. How do collection agencies and debt attorneys get their money? They buy debt. So you send your game into that doctor office, and she get him to sign up some of that debt that he had charged off, and she sell it to a collection agency, she gonna get 40 to 50 cents on the dollar. That may not seem like a lot, but if he got $1 million in unpaid doctor bill, you just made $300,000-400,000 that day.
Wow.
And this sounds far-fetched, but we do this all the time. I teach my game a little different than most other people. What I'm saying is, it's there. The better you knowledge, educate yourself, it's there. And a lot of people forget that. The game is big. The game is wide open. There's so many levels to this, it's crazy. But it all starts with you. Once you educate yourself, how you know yourself, and how you lace and educate your work. Because let me tell you something. That same game you put out. When I'm active in this lifestyle. Now, I don't know if I can tell y'all this, but when I was young in this lifestyle, I had younger women. I didn't have no underage women. I had younger women, right? And OG Fisher, who passed away, I ran into him in Alaska one time, and he showed me how to play Alaska. Where's his soul? And I'm saying this to you, OG Cap. I used to ask him all the time how you would never see his game out anywhere, how he was making so much money. And he told me one day, he said, listen, He said, I'm gonna show you something. He said, you see that same little 19 and 20-year-old you got down on track? That's a pretty game. I said, yeah. He said, look, I'm gonna show you where you put this game. A lot of you PDs don't know, but I'm gonna show you. What they paying now is different what they paid what we were doing. They pay more now. When we were doing it, they were giving $20,000 a weekend. You watch football, you watch basketball, you watch hockey, you watch all this stuff. You know what a coach is, you know what an assistant coach is, you know what a recruiter is. You need to learn what a booster is. The booster is the money man. And if you're not sure what that is, that's the man that give a player to come to play for a university a new car. That's the man that get that boy mama a new business. That's the man that drop $100,000 in the trash can and say, oh, look, this boy found $100,000, so he's going to play for that university. Boosters use hoes every single weekend. And currently they pay $25,000 a weekend for those that's in the lifestyle lingo. If you don't have the book, because long before the internet, you had to have game. For you P's that's working places like DC, you know what I'm talking about, the book, K Street book. If you don't have the book, then something wrong, because each city has its own little twerks, right? And if you got the K Street book, if you from DC, you know what I'm talking about? That's $1,000 an hour for your game, guaranteed. You can't miss that. It's like Camp Clockwork. No internet posting that, guaranteed. Because there are people in the book. That's what they standard rate is. A lot of times, because I'm old now, as an older people game, there's so much game. I be wanting to share, but a lot of guys ain't worthy because they not trying to hear what you tell them. You know, they just want to do their own thing.
Yeah,
that's
right.
why I love listening to Tate. Tate trying to give you guys real game, not just game on how to be a pimp, Mac, or a player. He's trying to give you game on how to be a better person, a better man, so you can survive out here. Because you know what? You may not be a pimp, but everything he gives you in his game pieces can help you. You may not be a pimp, but the stuff he talk about on his show to try to help you will help you. And I'm not knocking anybody else's program, but I know what Tate preaching is solid. I know what he preaching can magnify and change your life. Because, prime example, you probably haven't heard this, but if you got a case out of Oklahoma, a felony out of Oklahoma, you might need to get a lawyer. Because last year we worked our ass off to get them to get half Oklahoma back to the Indians. That may not mean nothing to a lot of y'all, but there have been 300 felonies overturned because of jurisdiction that the state of Oklahoma didn't have on the rest for pimping, prostitution, drug trafficking. It's the same thing going on in Texas, Florida, North Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, and Arkansas, New Mexico. But see, a lot of you, again, it's about what you know. If you ain't listening to the right P's trying to help you up the ladder, you're not getting up the ladder. I call to talk about business. I'm sorry, I got on my tangent. My apologies. But there's so many things you can invest in. I do a lot of real estate because real estate allows you to make money without you being there. You make money off equity appreciation. You make money off tax savings. And as you build an equity to a property somebody else is paying on, you can use that for leverage to buy bigger and better property. And right now, if you're a P and you got some time, you should pick up a book. If you don't like reading, you should listen to some of these audio courses. If you want one, let me know. I'll pay for it and send it to you. Because I want you to elevate. I don't want you to just stay stagnant. You're going across country. And you with your game. And she giving you the money so you can support and sustain yourself. You got time to open your eyes and see what's really out there for you to get even more money. You know, I also own a rock quarry in Chattanooga, Tennessee. When I bought it, I had a lot of P's laugh at me. Tell y'all a funny story about that. We don't dig the rocks. We don't do nothing. We pay $300 a truckload. People bring us a truckload of rocks. We put them on a pallet. getting wired, loaded on a truck. I got,
Oh no, go ahead. No, I was talking to my son. Go ahead.
I got one quarry in Chattanooga, and I got another one in Montana. For people who know me, you know I've been buying land from different places for years for little or nothing. A lot of people don't know how much rocks are. If you Google the price of rocks, you probably be in the rock business too. I'm into a lot of different things. I don't have to be there. I got a little snow bunny that sits up there and pay the people and do this. I didn't even, let me tell you something. You don't need a lot of money to do a lot of stuff. If you buy a business, you say, well, I'm going to buy this business, but I ain't got enough to run it. They're a factoring company. FACTOR. What they do, they buy your receivables from you so you have day-to-day operating capital. There's so many things that you may not know. That's why, from the veteran OG, having someone to teach you some stuff is the most important thing on the planet as a P. And I tell P's this all the time. You see that P, he go out there, he put 30% down on a Rolls Royce family. He buy for $240,000. 30% down, they don't want on that car for him to be guaranteed approved. I got the calculator, so I'm going to do the math. Let me show you something. 30% down, that's $72,000 he's going to have to put down on that car to get approved, right? Then he's going to have finance charges and this or that on that car. Let me show you something. If he would have, but he paid $240,000 for that car, right? In most states, a dealer license costs $1,500. But for them $1,500, he could have bought the car from your manufacturer. The markup on a Rolls Royce family to the dealer is 30%. He would have saved 30%. So after $240,000, he would have saved $72,000 on purchase price.
Wow.
He would have saved him on taxes. Now, if you take 240, subtract 72,000. That's 168,000. Subtract the 20% he's saving on taxes, which would be 48,000. That's 123 minus the girl. He would have been able to buy that same car. He was going to go to the get from the dealer for $126,000.
No, that's almost double that he's saving, huh?
Yep.
Wow.
The purchase the car for spending $1,500. This is the importance and understanding talking to OGs and asking them for help for you young people. That's what they here for. Them blessings you give OGs, they don't really need the money. They don't want the money. That's a sign of respect for the game that they lacing you with. The life-saving game, the chain value game. Listen, how many UPs flying across country every day, right, going to different cities? Because I know everybody ain't driving no more, but let's tell the truth. I don't fly commercial. I only fly private jet. But I don't spend $10,000, $20,000 an hour to fly. I dead leg. Most of you don't even know what dead legging is. If a jet go out, they got to come back. They get a cash rebate from the government to sell that whole jet for the price of one flight ticket. So normally between $500 to $1,500, I get a whole private jet going where I needed to go.
Wow.
I've got it dead leg. Now, if you got me, Google dead leg.
Wow. Hey man,
this stuff we talk about. I'm sorry, Tay. I didn't mean to take up so much time.
Hey man, all that information, so important, man, and people actually listening. They really listening, man, and it sounds good, man. And I'm learning things I didn't know, man, especially about so what this brother's doing, Anthony Wright, he's telling you guys what to do with your money and how to make your money turn into wealth for you. Don't just keep sitting on it, looking at it and counting it. That ain't doing no good. What's your email, Anthony, so they can get in contact with you, man, in case they, I know they're gonna have some questions. So
feel free to send it to me, Anthony Wright Cash for Housing.
Yeah, post it in that chat right there.
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah. So Anthony, you guys got any questions about all this information and knowledge and game that Anthony just gave you guys? He's gonna put his email in the chat, and you guys can get in contact with him, because it's got to be good to know what to do with your money. And most of you guys that's coming through your ranks in the game right now, this is your problem. You ain't thinking about tomorrow. All you thinking about is today. You got to plan and prepare for your future, because the worst thing to do is spend 10 or 15 years in the game and get out there and now you broke. Invest in yourself, man. So Anthony's gonna put his number in there, man. And you guys got any question about buying houses, making investments, contact his brother, Anthony Wright, LLCC for houses. Hey, Anthony.
I appreciate you letting me on. I appreciate it. And I'm sorry for hogging so much time. It's just, you inspire me, Tate.
Yeah,
you give it so much back.
Hey, man, hey, man, the time element, shit, that wasn't even important, man. What these brothers got out of what you said, that's going to be a great help. That's what we need OGs to do, give knowledge that's going to carry these young brothers on to the future, because they sure need it, because ain't none of these other podcasts giving it to them like you just gave it to them right there. I even learned something. I appreciate you, man.
It's a blessing. Like I say, it's a blessing because you allow me on, because this is the thing. I want them all to be rich. I learned from some OGs in this lifestyle, some of the people and they told me this, right? When I started flipping houses, Robert Money, OG Money out of Chicago, he extended a hand to me. He said, if you need anything in the help, just call me. And if I need anything, I could call him. I have so many OGs that have tagged me along the way, say, hey, if you need anything, call me. And a lot of these guys don't get that because, one, they don't meet anybody. They don't believe in blessing. You give a blessing, you get a blessing.
That's right.
And they don't believe in blessing OGs with money because, I'm not paying you to give them. You may not see the value of the game we gave you right up front, but it is valuable. Like the game that you giving, a lot of these guys, if they're not paying attention, they missing real game. And for you people that are not in the lifestyle, the information he's giving you on how to manage and deal with your woman, so you can teach your woman, have longevity out your woman. It will change you. It'll elevate you. And a lot of people missing this because they like, whatever. Let me tell you something. Ain't nobody giving y'all what they giving y'all. Look out on all these shows. I don't care who shows they on, but they not really giving it to you in simple terms that you can understand. Like taking it. They really giving it to you. His game piece is really giving it to you. They ain't just asking and answering the questions you need. They showing you the stuff that you need to know as a man, so you can platform not just in the game, but in life. There's so many things so many of you guys don't understand. But when you read Tate's book, you're not just hearing a quick story and that's it. He's telling you stuff that if you're paying attention, that can elevate you, that can help you. And a lot of people don't see that. I can tell y'all a million things, but a lot of times people don't see that. They don't see what's really good in the people he have on, the stuff he's trying to do, because he really want to help people. That's very rare nowadays. That is very rare. You see what just happened with this Derrick Jackson guy? See, people, it's very rare to get genuine people like Tate out here that's for real trying to help you. That's why I say when you see me jump on, I'm telling you, give him a blessing, because God gonna bless you. I tell you to buy his books, because God gonna bless you. Listen to his game, buy his game pieces. You may not need every one of them, but I bet you $1 million that one of them gonna elevate something that you need to have elevate. And just one day you're gonna be doing something like, damn, that was the best game I ever got when that game piece gonna take. I can't preach it enough. That's why I campaign it, because I really believe it. Because I know they, you know, there's so many things that y'all don't see about what Tay doing. Like, this is not just a channel. This is life lessons. This is experience. You know, when he tell you stuff, you guys really need to be paying attention. This is real life lessons and experience. Because you following in his footsteps. He telling you how to be safe. He telling you to go across country. It's not just because he wants you to go across country. He wants you to experience life. He wants you to see life. He wants you to see different things. Because you can't know you or grow until you see life and experience different things.
That's right.
Hey, I'm sorry I was taking so much
Hey,
time.
Anthony, I appreciate you, man. Been a pleasure, man. And I know that the listeners, I know they didn't learn a lot because I said I didn't learn something I didn't know. You know, definitely. You know, so hey, man, been a pleasure. I'm gonna have you back on, man, so you can refresh their memory, man.
I appreciate that.
Okay,
Thank
man.
you.
All right, man.
Good evening, guys.
All right, later. Hey, it's always good to get knowledge. You know, I'm telling you, and you're never too old to learn, because I learned some things. Listen to the brother that I didn't even know. You know, Keith Woods, top of it to you, man. Keith Woods say the whole thing is so much information out there, it's hard to decipher who's real or not. Exactly. Cars can be rented, houses can be rented, fake jewelry, there's plenty of frauds. Hey, Keith Woods, man, you so right. Glasses up to you, man. Valura's Way, top of it to you, man. BK Baby Truth, top of it, man. I said, check out BK Baby Truth music. It's streaming on all platforms. Okay. Denatra, appreciate you, man. Game guy for video games. Hey, man, always a pleasure, man. King Diamond, Blackjack Tripper, Weed Puff, Royalties 1986, top of it to you, King Sweets, Tony Red 718, Calvin Boyles. Hey, man, I really appreciate you guys tuning in. Anthony Wright left his information in there. Hey, man, I'm really shocked and surprised about buying a truck. Man, I never knew that the trucking industry was like that. Show you, man, I actually learned something, you know. We all like investments. Invest in yourself, invest in your knowledge. I appreciate you guys supporting me. You know, your $5, your $10, $15, $20, you know, whatever you guys donate to me, I just want you to know that it's much appreciated. I want you to remember that the universe revolves around you. You, the center of the universe. It's your life's job to plan and prepare your life and those around you's life. Make sure that you continue to surround yourself with people who thinking on the same level as you. If you keep surrounding yourself with suckers, you're going to start to do sucker stuff. If you surround yourself with winners and thinkers, you're going to go to the top, because everybody around you going to have something to interject into the conversation to make your life and their life better. You got to make investments in your life. You got to plan and play for the future. It takes time. But like I said, you know, before I close, I want you guys to remember that you are not allowed to be average. I'm going to say that again. You are not allowed to be average. You can have anything you want, but all you got to do is just apply yourself. If you want it, act like you want it. You out there in them streets hustling and you ain't getting it like you want, then put some more hours in. You working on that one job, but you know that to reach to this certain plateau, you know that it's going to take more than that one job. You might have to work 2 jobs. You might have to work 3 jobs. Hey, don't worry or think about the sacrifice, because in order to win, you got to make some sacrifices, even if it's just your time, even if it's just your personal time. You cannot win without making sacrifices. Every time you make a mistake, don't worry about it. Just get up, dust your ass off, and get back in the race. You the prize. You can think your way out of any situation, but you got to think. You can make your life better by investing in yourself. And once you invest in yourself, your eyes will open and you will make the right investments. Quit letting your money just sit in the bank. Put it to some use. Make it work for you. You're taking all these chances on your freedom by being in the streets. At least get something out of it. Make it worth the chances that you're taking. Make some investments. All right. It's been a pleasure. Appreciate you guys tuning in, especially sticking with me we've been on here for 2 hours and 11 minutes, and you guys still hanging in here with me. Hey, man, I appreciate y'all. I'm out. Glasses up.